Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Again, I'm joined by my good friend Peter, the master of Hoppets.
Hey, Simon.
And I'm very excited today because we're going to be looking at the first beer I've reviewed. Well, it's the first Fuller's London Porter I'm going to review, should I say.
First time you try it.
Yeah, first time to try it and review it. Around the neck of the bottle is a lot of gold medals, all sorts of different awards it's won over the years. It's described as the world's finest on the bottle, and it's rich, dark and complex. 5.4% ABV. It looks nice, don't it? It looks to have that certain quality about it on the bottle.
It is nice. It's one of my go-to porters. It's cheap, it's good, and it's like a classic English London style porter.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay.
Okay, should we get it open, mate?
Yeah, let's do that.
Snap.
And I'm using my Fuller's pint glass. I feel like using the pint glass because last time I used the snifter. Whoa.
Fuller's seem a really solid brewery. They seem to produce... They won't like just produce a run-of-the-mill bitter or a run-of-the-mill craft beer. They always seem to have a certain quality to them. Do you find that, Peter?
Yeah, Fuller's is one of my favorite English breweries. I like how they're very traditional, but what they make is really good, and then they still like experiment. I like that. I can't really fit more into my glass, so yeah.
Struggling away there. I'd like to thank Amanda Hunt at Fuller's. Thank you very much, Amanda. Another one of the beers you sent. Absolutely fantastic. Let's get the nose.
Oh, colour first, Simon.
It's me just concentrating on saying thank you to Amanda. Yeah, let's get the colour.
Yeah, it's almost pitch black. I'm not really, actually, because when you hold it up to the light, they do get some reddish kind of notes in the bottom of the glass and on the sides.
Yes, it is.
But nice looking off-white, kind of beige head. Small, tiny bubbles on it. Looks really nice, yeah.
Yeah, it really does. Really does look a nice beer. I like the small bubbles. I like that. I was always told by a head brewer of a big company that the smaller the bubble, the better the beer. Which, in my experience, has rung true, to be honest. Okay.
Let's dig it out. Check out the aroma. Well, I already know how it's going to smell like because I've had it so many times, but it's really nice smelling. I get a lot of roasted malt, and this is, you can really smell like a chocolate or black kind of malt flavor in there. It's not like the sweet chocolate kind of aroma you get in some stouts that are brewed with chocolate malts. It's more like just the chocolate malt aroma to it, like a real malty, bready kind of.
Absolutely. I just agree with you. As I was smelling, I was totally agreeing with what you were saying. There's big, bold, roasted malts in there with this hints of coffee and chocolate. I think it's more chocolate than coffee. Yeah,
a little. And the roast is kind of powerful on there too. I also get a subtle amount of dark fruitiness.
Absolutely. And perhaps a bit of vanilla as well? Just a hint of vanilla?
I would say maybe more of just a sugary kind of sweetness.
Yeah.
But definitely, it's a porter that's more on the roasted side. Nice roasty, grainy, kind of like a roasted grain kind of note.
Lovely.
It smells quite nice.
We are filming this on International Stout Day. This is probably the closest we're going to get to a stout, really, isn't it? I mean, I know it's classed as a porter, but hey ho.
Actually getting a little bit of licorice on there too. Well, nice. Are you ready to dig in, Simon?
Absolutely. Cheers, Peter.
Cheers. That's just classic porter, in my opinion. If you want to know
Oh,
Like spot on style English porter. Grab Fuller's London Porter. That's one of the closest you'll get to a traditional English London style porter. Um, Also, one of the reasons why I like it so much is this is one of the beers that also got me into dark beers.
yeah, I see. So did you get it on tap first when you first tried it, or was it in the bottle, Peter?
It was in the bottle. It was in a Fuller's gift pack, and then later on I had it on tap and both cask.
For me, the first thing I get is a lovely chocolate roasted flavour, along with I'm really enjoying the mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's got like a silky. I'd say it's a medium mouthfeel, but it's got like a nice silky smooth texture to it. And as you say, the flavors in there, it's the roasted malt, chocolate malt, definitely shining through, along with a nice kind of licoricey flavor, the coffee, chocolate notes. It's quite nice.
Absolutely smashing beer, and as Peter says, it's a classic British porter. I've tried a few for Meantime, and it was a good beer, but this really is outstanding. It really is outstanding.
Yeah. I really like it. I've had it a lot of times, and it's a beer like I can always go to. It's cheap and it never disappoints. I think I prefer it a little bit on tap, more than in the bottle, but the bottle is pretty nice too. But on tap / cask, it's better. Cask depends on how much you like your beer to have carbonation, because usually cask beer doesn't have that much. But
Yeah.
yeah.
As they say, you can't beat cask beer, can you? You can't really beat cask beer, but I tell you what I'm finding as well is that it's holding its head, and at this stage I really like to rock the beer up and I've been getting the nose while you've been talking there, and I'm getting a lot of dark fruits, so maybe like fruits of the forest type fruit cake.
Yeah, I'd say dark fruit too.
Yeah.
Mm. And like a light sugar kind of sweetness to it, a light burnt caramel maybe.
I think
and there's definitely also some sweet kind of maltiness in there, like in a British Pale Ale, but not as much.
I think it's a seasonal for this time of year now. I think it's a winter beer that they produce.
No, this is actually released all year round.
Oh,
this is one of their, yeah, right. This is a safe release. You can get it year round if you want to. So that's nice if you like porters. Their winter seasons, they have 2 winter seasonals, and that's their, I think it's Nick Frost or Old Man Frost,
right,
which is an ESB I had when I was in London, and that was so disappointing for a Fuller's beer.
Ah.
But then they also have the Old Winter Ale, which is pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it's called Jack Frost, that's it, I think, or Nick Frost. But that's disappointing in my opinion. That was really disappointing.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Yeah.
I got to follow. Have you tried their Bengal Lancer? I've not tried it, but that seems to be a good beer.
That was the one specially made for the Swedish market at first, and then they grew so popular that they started making it for sale in the UK. But I think they stopped making it again, actually.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but that was a really nice English IPA.
Yeah. Okay, back to this beer.
Mm-hmm.
Back to this beer, and it's just one of those where it seems to be one of those where it's just a complete relaxer. We're sitting here just talking very relaxed between ourselves, almost kind of a little trying to find our words, really. It is such a good beer. It's hard to I mean, I could describe a lot of the flavours, but it's one complete package, as you say, and it's hard to put a complete package into words.
Yeah, it's just like if you want to know how a traditional English porter is, I'd say go grab a Fuller's London Porter.
Yeah.
It's easy to get almost all over the world, and it's pretty tasty. And I'm actually kind of ready to rate it if you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm about ready. Ready.
Rating wise for me, it's a classic. I've had it so many times. It's a beer I usually go back to pick up. And one of my favorite traditional English porters. So I'm actually going to give this a 90. I really like it. I can get it whenever I want. It's not that cheap, and it's really good. Definitely also really good beer to introduce people to the darker stout porter type beers. It's not as heavy as like an imperial stout or something like that, but it's really nice. I know a lot of my come in.
It packs a punch.
Yeah,
For a beer that's 5.4.
Yeah, a lot of my friends don't think the same as I do about this beer, but I really like it. So yeah, and 90 from me, really good porter, traditional English porter.
Okay, for me, absolutely loving the mouthfeel. As they say on the bottle, it's silky. It's quite rich. It's definitely something you couldn't really session. I probably could fit another one in. And that might be.
I'm a proof that you can session it. I have sessioned this plenty of times.
Wow. Oh, that's quite interesting.
You can actually easily session this, especially depends on your stage in like craft beer experience. But after being like drinking big imperial stouts, I can easily drink 4 or 5 of these without any troubles. I've done that before.
I was thinking it might get a bit heavy, but I took your word for it. I'd like to session it. Yeah,
there's also
like
difference of beer culture between the UK and all.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. So you got them that dark berry, forest fruit, the chocolate, the coffee. As I say, the mouthfeel is really really nice. So it's kind of the same review. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. It kind of joined Peter on that rating. It is very very nice. I'd like to be able to have the opportunity to session it. If I could find this on tap, then I might even go out and buy 4 bottles and prove myself wrong. But yeah, seems a very good beer. I'd like to give out the website, which is www.fullers.co.uk.
Yep.
Thanks, Peter, for joining me. If you'd like to give out your details for your Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, etc.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube. It's of course the Master of Hoppets, and I'm on Facebook too with the Master of Hoppets beer reviews, and then I'm on Twitter, which is just Master of Hoppets.
Thank you. Thanks for joining me, Peter.
No problem, Simon. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.